So how many people would you say go through life making decisions based on their wounds and not their gifts? Like their incomplete identity, the people they hang out with, who they marry, their income, their careers.
I would say everybody, 100% of the people, make decisions based on their wounds and not their gifts. But understand, your gifts and your wounds are the same thing. It's just the opposite side of the same coin. So for example, if you look at people that achieved great things, amazing success, they might have grew up with poverty and they didn't have food and they didn't have shelter. I know of someone who literally, when he was in high school, his family lived in someone else's garage because the family didn't have any money. So that person swore at a young age, I will never be poor again. I will never be poor. I will never be in the situation where me and my family are living in a friend's garage. And that person achieved an amazing degree of success. So in my opinion, the gift, if you can get to the gift side of the curse, if you can get to the gift side of the wound, that is a source of fuel for that person and will move them to do things that other people aren't willing to do. So if you look at all the people that are extremely successful in life, chances are they grew up without, oftentimes at an early age. And that was their why, that was their motivation, that was their purpose, that was their passion. And they pushed themselves further than other people would to achieve. And that's in finance and in business, so that can be a gift for sure. I remember I was talking to someone recently, Jen, and who's really successful, and I said, what could I do for my kids? What's the best thing I could do for my kids so that they'll be successful? And he said, raise your kids poor. Now, as a parent, the last thing, that's why I work hard, right? So I can take care of my kids, get them the dirt bike, have the birthday party, have the bounce house when it's his birthday party, do all this stuff that I didn't necessarily do, go on vacations, take them places. But am I making them soft? Am I making them weak? Am I making them, Because what made me tougher, what made me push more, what made me try harder and work extra is the fact that maybe I didn't have all that stuff.
Right, it made you scrappy.
Made me scrappy. It put some fight in me. Mm-hmm. So where's the fine line between giving my kids opportunities that they didn't have, but at the same time not taking away their motivation, right?
So that's a way that your wound actually improves your life, but there could also be wounds that you create your story around and that are detrimental to your decisions, and as opposed to using your gifts.
Absolutely. So we see that not only in business, but you could, for example, in a relationship. How many women will date a guy because they associate something with that person, right? And unbeknownst to them, they're not aware, but it's a wound that they're trying to resolve. Maybe they had dad issues where their dad talked to them like garbage or treated them like garbage, and they don't know why it is, but they're so attracted to this other young man, and they start dating him, and he's a jerk, he talks down to them, but they're so attracted to him. Well, it's their wound. They're literally trying to heal and work through a wound that they have. And that relationship is not really ideal long-term, maybe short-term, because it gives them an opportunity to resolve something, assuming the man can show up in his masculine and provide the safe space that she needs, the container, so that she can grow as a result of that experience. It'll probably be short-lived, get the gift and move on, right? But I can tell you, unfortunately, how many times do women get in abusive relationships and it's 2 years and they haven't got the gift, but they're still in the abusive relationship. It's 5 years. They break up with the guy, their friends push them, they're like, hey, this guy's a jerk, he treats you like garbage, get rid of him. And they work you, and they finally get the girl to get rid of the guy. 6 months later, she introduces her new boyfriend. He's got a different hat on, but you'd swear it was the same guy, the same jerk. So,
I know that story.
Is that a little close to... So, but again, that's why I'm such a huge fan of the consciousness exercises and the network care, because the network care takes you out of that myopic perspective, and it helps you see things and experience things from a bigger perspective where you can see how ridiculous this is. And people tend to get the gift and move on shockingly fast because of that insight, because that awareness, than they ever did before when they were the person in the minutia, when they were the person in the abusive relationship.
So they're making smarter decisions then?
They're making empowered decisions, because whoever has the most perspectives is the most empowered. And being able to see it from those perspectives is the gift that network care and the conscious exercises bring to the table.
Yeah, they
In
always
relationship,
say knowledge is power.
in business, in your finance, the way you raise your kids, all of it. I mean, it's transformed my life. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And I see the changes in the clients that we work with. When you're tired of the same old, and you want something different, it's not everybody else that has to change. It's not the economy that has to change. It's not the guys that have to change. It's self. And fortunately, the only thing we do have control over is self. Assuming you're connected enough and you're aware enough and you're empowered, then you can transform. Unfortunately, if you don't have that connection, that awareness, that perspective, you're destined to repeat.
You stay in the victim story.
Whatever story the person has, they're stuck in it.
Or you're wrapped up in your wounds. Yeah. I can see how that would.
So the ability to
lead you
change
down
is
the
the
wrong
ability
path.
to observe self and perceive it from different perspectives so you can get the growth and do something different.